What's up, bosses? I'm back. The girls told me they switched up the show while I was gone, so let's see if I can keep up with it. We've got a lot packed into this week's show, including a report from the FMCSA about the newly launched Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse, amazing acts of heroism after a fiery explosion in Indianapolis, and a rest stop in Florida making some changes to better help professional drivers. But before we get to those stories, many of you remember our news update last week about the report from ARTI of the 10 worst places for bottlenecks in the U.S. Well, we sat down with the organization to find out how they got to this conclusion and why this report is so important.
As the old saying goes, time is money, and drivers know just how true that is. We know one of the worst ways you'll lose time and money is by sitting in traffic. Some slowdowns are unpredictable. There are lots of places where you can expect a bottleneck, and the American Transportation Research Institute, also known as ATRI, has released a report that shows you where those busy spots are.
One of the best known analyses that we do with that is to look at where congestion impacts the trucking industry the most by monitoring truck activity at over 300 freight significant locations around the country.
The report looks at two factors: how slow trucks are moving because of congestion in the area, and how many trucks are going through it. The report even identifies the worst times for bottlenecks. All this data helps identify problem areas, which allows decision makers to see where they should put their effort, and it can also help companies' bottom line.
It's a great tool to talk with your customers to say, you know what, let's not set up delivery or pickup expectations that route our trucks through these locations at these times, because all that we know is going to happen is our drivers are going to sit stuck in traffic.
While this year's #1 spot was the same as last year's, Fort Lee, New Jersey, that's not always the case. Every year, new places will make the list, and many times places will fall off. But why?
So sometimes it can be construction based. It can be a new growth spurt in population, or it can be just some other places have dropped down, and so that one comes up into the list. It just depends. And so, some states are always going to be there. Places you normally think of congestion, big population bases, you're going to have these bottlenecks. But then some others, like this surprise one in Florida, showed up, happen occasionally.
Now, while this report uses data gathered from trucks, much like everything else professional drivers and their trucks do, it impacts everyone on the road.
The fact of the matter is this is not unique to trucking. These locations are places where it's bad for four-wheelers and for trucks to operate. If trucks are going that slowly, the cars are as well.
Now, we're always bringing you something new to the show, and this is one you can only find right here at the Truck Boss Show. Check out this new segment featuring Matt the Little Guy and his friend Joey as they weigh in on bottlenecks.
Here we go with this. Here we go. What's the problem now? What happened? Joey, this is what we call a bottleneck. Yeah. This is going to be fun. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I love these, bro. Just stay in the lane. Don't let anybody get in front of you. Don't let... Hey! Don't let this guy in right here. Don't let him in. Look at him. Going on the freaking shoulder. Cutting us off. What's the matter with you? Hey! Roll the window down. Roll the window down. Joey, stop. I'm not going to roll the freaking window down. This is what it is. This is bottlenecks, 10 lanes. Come into one lane, and what am I going to do? Not let anybody in? It's called the zipper effect. You let one in, they let you in, you zip. That's how traffic keeps moving. Yeah, but that's the problem. Nobody knows the zipper effect over here. It's like, oh, let me cut off this truck. Let me get in front of this truck. Oh, my God. Oh, look, there goes another one. Hey! Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. That's the problem. You got 10 lanes coming into one. Hell, even 3 lanes coming into one. This is what happens. If people would just learn the zipper effect, hey, one, then you go, then me, then you, then that, but that. No, but, this is why traffic gets bottlenecked. Yeah, well, you know what? We should install some, rocket launchers or something on the front of the truck. This is ridiculous. What's that guy doing over there? No, don't let him in. Don't let him in. Nah, Joey, zipper effect. Zipper effect. I'll tell you what, I'll show you a zipper effect, all right? You want to see a zipper effect? I'll show you a zipper effect. Come over here. Oh, sit your ass down, bro. Sit down. Sit down. You're gonna get me in trouble over here.
Now, if you like that, don't worry, there's more. Joey will be popping up a couple times a month only here on the Truck Boss Show. Now, we know you guys have a lot of challenges when y'all are on the road, and they don't end there, especially if you're in an area with little to no truck parking. But there's a rest stop in Florida that's doing its part to help. Isela, what can you tell us about it?
Gracias, Carlin, and welcome back. We know how difficult it has been for professional drivers to find parking, but one state is trying to make a difference. A rest stop on eastbound Interstate 4 in Longwood, Florida, will close to motorists and become a trucks-only facility as part of a larger construction. Florida DOT says that they don't expect any changes to the truck parking area or use of the facility for truck drivers, but the changes to accommodate the creation of a stormwater pond to be built for a new eastbound I-4 auxiliary lane. The new lane will stretch from the end of I-40 Ultimate Project to west of Lake Mary Boulevard. For more information about the I-4 Ultimate Project, check out the link below.
Isela, check out this video from Indianapolis. This was a scene drivers saw along I-70 last Thursday. A Jetstar truck carrying thousands of gallons of jet fuel hit a guardrail and overturned. Several explosions followed, and soon the fuel caught fire. The driver was rescued and is alive, but suffered severe burns. Firefighters were able to put the flames out, but the bridge was damaged as a result of the crash. Now, reports say the driver has been identified as 59-year-old Jeffrey Denman. He is an Air Force veteran who recently moved from Texas to Indiana for the job. As for the exit where the crash happened, Indiana State Troopers say it's a high crash area. Now, many first responders say that the only reason Denman is alive is thanks to 3 people who jumped into action after the crash. Isela, tell us more about these acts of heroism.
Now that's what you call being at the right place at the right time. We always hear about 18-wheelers helping 4-wheelers. This is a story of how the roles were reversed. One of the Samaritans of that tragic accident was Mom Holly McNally, who had just left the hospital from being with her 4-day-old son who was in the NICU. As she's driving, she noticed the man on fire, but quickly realized that everyone was just watching and had their phones out instead of helping this man out. She wondered, why isn't anyone helping? She thought, what if it was her son? She wouldn't want someone just to leave him there, so she quickly ran to help along with 2 others to pull the driver out. Talk about an act of kindness. To catch the full article, check out the link below. Carlin, talk to us about what's going on with the clearinghouse violations.
Thanks, Isela. Now, it's been a month since the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration's online drug and clearinghouse database launched, and it hit a few major speed bumps along the way. It is now up and running. However, many users have reported there are still some glitches on the site. Now, despite the rough start, the FMCSA says they have found nearly 8,000 positive substance abuse tests since January 6th. And more than 650,000 people have registered. Now, the database allows carriers and other operators, state driver's license agencies, law enforcement officials, medical review officers, and substance abuse professionals to look at a CDL holder's violation, giving them more knowledge about a person's background. Now, drivers must be registered prior to an employer looking them up on the database. You can check out the full report from the FMCSA by following the link below. Now, Isela, what else you got for them?
Depression is a serious problem among the truck driver community. Over 13% of drivers suffer from some level of depression. If you are one that suffers from emotional health, don't know who to talk to or what to do, here's Coach Carolyn with some tips.
The open road should make you feel as free as a bird, right? Well, that isn't the case for many professional drivers across the country. Depression is not just in your head, and it is certainly not a sign of weakness. Depression is a real medical condition that impacts about 6% of men in general and has been shown to impact upwards of 15 to 20% of professional drivers. Life coach Carolyn O'Byrne tells us how emotional health impacts drivers.
It's really big. Most people see the physical health aspect of it, but the emotional health aspect of it is so under-recognized because drivers are suffering out there, and I hear it all the time. And if you just get on Facebook or any social media and read people's stories and lives, you'll see it through those stories. It's definitely in a crisis at this point.
Emotional health can make it difficult for a driver to do their job efficiently, and in some cases, those untreated emotions can be dangerous.
So people that have these inner struggles, it is not their fault at all. So definitely know that I'm acknowledging that. But for instance, if you've got a driver with anger issues, think about how dangerous that is on the road. Or if a driver has PTSD and someone's tire blows out beside him, that could be, it could cause him to have a wreck. It could cause him to run off the road, cause a wreck. It's difficult, not to their fault, but it is what it is. And with depression, some people just don't care. If they're depressed and they're tied up within themselves, they don't care if they run somebody off the road, or because what's life? Life is bad.
Unfortunately, depression triggers so many emotions and puts your job at risk, becoming a safety issue for not only you, but everyone on the road.
Well, everyone deserves to be happy. So number one, I want it's important so that you can be this happy, wonderful person inside. But it's important for the family and loved ones around you to enjoy being with you. And it's also important, as you just said, for driver safety. The more emotionally stable you can be while you're in that truck, the more safe of a driver that you're going to be. And it's not just for your own safety, which is so important, but for the safety of the drivers on the road around you.
It's important for drivers to take care of their emotional health for immediate and long-term benefits.
They're very much unmotivated. They don't feel happy inside and happy to do their job. They don't want to go in with a smile on their face to that customer or that load delivery, or when they're back at the terminal. It's really hard to associate with people. Many times depression makes you sink into like a deep hole that you don't want to even socialize anymore.
When you feel as though you are going to a dark place, know that there are always resources out there.
The best thing that you can do is find a person who knows how to deal with it, like a life coach or your doctor or a counselor or whoever you choose. That's the best choice. If that's not a choice that you can do or don't feel like you want to do, find a friend or get into a Facebook group. There are groups out there that deal with people that have anxiety or deal with people that have depression or deal with people that have anger, and get in there and see other people and their struggles so that you don't feel like you're the only one in the world that has this problem. That's another issue. Sometimes people feel like, well, nobody else has this problem. I'm weird or I'm odd, when hundreds of thousands of people suffer with the same thing.
To connect with Coach Carolyn, you can reach out to her on her website at www.coachcarolyn.life. And don't forget that every life is important and there are always listening ears willing to help.
You know, it's very important for not only drivers, but everyone to take care of their mental health. So if you are struggling with anything, be sure to reach out to Coach Carolyn or another medical professional who can help you.
Yes, I can help you with that.
Yeah, because that's one of those things that, you get it cleared up here, a lot of other things start changing. So
They do, and of course, mental illness is a serious issue, but a lot of us don't think about it that way. We're like, we just need to relax, but sometimes that's really not the case. We do need some of that professional help.
Exactly. And we have a whole lot going on in our shows lately. As you can see, we've kind of been adding a lot of new stuff. And next week is going to be one of our first of the year live shows. We're doing the show completely live, and we're doing it all from the state capitol, well, the Oklahoma state capitol, for Trucker Day. So it's going to be a pretty cool event. Be sure to tune in next week. You have to forgive me, I'm getting a little hoarse here, a little sick.
You better be coughing on that other side. Give me this coronavirus or something. No, I'm just kidding.
I haven't been to China anytime soon. I think you'll be fine. But we're going to be at the Oklahoma State Capitol for Trucker Day. So be sure to tune in next week. And if you're at the Capitol, be sure to come say hi.
Yeah, swing by.
That's right.
But, of course, you already know, Truck Boss Show, always bringing you the latest. Yeah, what's going on in the industry. But not only that, we always bring the fun. And you know what? Because we're fun like that. We're going to be at all these places. So we're also going to be at Matt's, which is coming up next month. So you have to stay tuned. And there's a lot of surprises with that because we're going to do it a little bit different this year.
We got a lot of stuff going on at
So
Matt's
yes,
this year.
We're going to have a 75 Chrome. That's a big event.
Yep, that's
You're
going to
get
Florida.
to handle that one.
I get to go down to Florida, be on the beach, and then not because I'm going to have to work the whole time.
Anyways. Then we also have the Big Rig Challenge, which is going to be at the Onaway Speedway. Mm-hmm. That's going to be super fun. Then we also are going to be doing the ATHS Antique Truck Show.
That's right.
That's going to be in Springfield.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a lot more coming. That's not it, though. So
just stay tuned.
That's a little bit. Just 1, 2, 3, a couple, because just in case you want to book your day or take some days off to be there with us. You're more than welcome to join us.
If you're following us, guess what? We'll be at those shows. So you know where we'll be at.
Exactly. But don't worry, because we're going to keep you posted on everything that we have coming up here at the Truck Boss Show. Again, a lot of fun and a lot of surprises.
That's right. And we're always giving away free stuff. Niki?
Yeah.
Boom.
Let's hook you up. Now, Remember that we do our giveaways every Friday, so you have to stay tuned for that because we go live. But we're going to be giving away this CD of Tony Justice. Who doesn't love Tony Justice? Everybody does. I know we do here at the Truck Boss Show. I like
this
that
is his
one.
latest album.
But hold on, let's look. And this is an autographed CD, by the way. Thanks, producer, because she'll. What is it? Keep driving big. What is it?
Roll on, Big Mama.
Roll on,
Number
Big
2
Mama.
on the track. So be sure to check
if you
it
want
out.
to win this CD, which is autographed by Tony Justice himself, that's our friend. He's our homie. We're going to be hooking you up this Friday. Remember, all you have to do is check us out on Friday morning. Then we're going to. Do we know what we're going to do yet, producer? Not yet. Okay, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. All right. So, anyways.
You just be sure to tune in Friday morning for our, giveaway, because we'll be going live and again giving away this signed CD. And of course, we can't do this without your guys' support. So be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, share us to your whole family, your whole little support system. That way we can, bring all this awesome news to them as well, because we ultimately do this for you guys, and because you're
the boss.